Live from South Lake Union in Seattle, it's Bing TV, hosted by MJ DePalma.
Hi there everyone, my name is MJ DePalma and I am your host for Bing TV. Bing TV is for search engine marketers, and every week we're going to give you 2 great reasons to tune in. The first reason is we're always going to strive to give you data, research, strategies, tactics, some insights on Bing Ads features, and that will actually be something you should consider for sure, because you don't want money flying out the window. We know you don't want that, and we don't want that for you. What we want to help you do is earn more money for your clients, and also we're going to share time-saving tips. So things about our features that'll help you save time, or strategies and tactics to help you save time. So those 2 things together, time-saving tips and money-making tips, should make you happy, your clients happy, and your boss happy, and maybe even win you some accolades. The second reason to tune in every week is we strive to give you something super cool to learn about Bing, the search engine. Why? Because some of you, and I don't know why this is, don't use Bing as your default search engine. So let's talk about the cool thing on Bing this week. Image search. So if you go to bing.com and you go in the upper left-hand corner, there's a text that you can click. It says images, and that'll take you to an image feed. Now you can customize this image feed. Just make sure you're logged in with your Microsoft ID. And there's different categories, really cool categories like motorcycles and cars, men's fashion, women's fashion, architecture and travel. I like all those things. But for this example, just a couple days ago, I looked at some men's fashion, and the image that caught my eye is in the bottom right-hand corner. That cool tie with the red vest. So if you were to click on any image that you were interested in, like I was interested in, that pops up larger. Now here's the really cool thing about image search on Bing, is you see that little, what I call a search lasso in the upper left-hand corner? You click that and you can expand the area of the photo that you want to search in. So you're going to search within the image. Isn't that cool? So I wanted to see more ties, so I put the lasso around the tie, and up popped a bunch of different ties to look at. Now, as a past search engine optimizer myself, I was drawn to the one that actually had the Brooks Brothers name on it. So if you know an SEO or you have a colleague, you might want to just give them this example that maybe some of the photos that are found on your site, maybe they should have some brand terms, and somebody might do a search because they like that tie, put in Brooks Brothers and try and find that tie to buy it. Now, Bing Ads is trying to help retailers get into the image search. Now, if you were to do a search for, say, wireless speakers, because I love music, I have to have music in every room in my house, including my garage. You do a search for wireless speakers, and this, view pops up, and along the top you see wireless speakers with prices. Those are actually from Bing shopping campaigns. So product ads are being fed into image search for Bing, because we heard that you wanted more volume, so this is a great way, it's very relevant to gain you more volume. And because I like always to pick the thing that looks different, I like that wedge. So if I click on that wedge, what pops up is the JCPenney website, so I can transact on it. Super cool. So that's Bing image search. It also has the feed from Bing shopping campaigns. So that's the cool feature this week for Bing the search engine. Now let's talk about more Bing Ads features in your Bing Ads brief this week. Dynamic search ads is what we're going to touch on. Expanded text ads. And my favorite, interview with a Bing Ads ninja, like the ninja cat I'm wearing here. We're going to have a ninja every week. So let's start off with dynamic search ads. So why use DSA, as we call it around here? Why use it? So one of the things that really had been, basically, we listened to our customers, and one of the things that really was resounding is that they're strapped for time and they don't have time to maximize all the offerings on their websites. And they definitely didn't want to leave any money on the table. And they have aggressive sales goals this holiday season. Like every season, that's the case, right? So, and then there's also, we heard there's not enough me, I just don't have time and resources to add new keywords or even figure out what those new keywords are. Build ad copy, landing pages, and assess bids for everything on our website. Well, here's one of my favorite quotes that we heard during the pilot is, how was I supposed to know that parents are shopping for tiny furry stuffed animals with big bulging eyes? It's those little cute Beanie Baby things now. I think they're called Beanie Boos, actually. So with all that said, dynamic search ads will solve for that. Did you know that 70% of all the impressions, clicks, and conversions from DSA campaigns are new queries? That's right, net new queries. So what does that mean? That means that you are going to allow the technology to work harder for you, save you time, make you more money, those two things that I told you that we promise to do for you at Bing TV every week. So it's a really good reason to use dynamic search ads. Now, super cool tip. During the pilot, we learned from one of our advertisers that they started to do something very smart. They started to query mine their DSA campaigns for their top performing keywords. And then they took those keywords and they placed them in their standard campaigns and really maximized the ad copy and the bids, and then again, making more money for their clients and probably being a happy search engine marketer from it. So did you also know that with DSA, you can run remarketing lists? So another layer of optimizing for performance, you definitely can take advantage of remarketing with DSA, so do that. And one thing I just wanted to point out to watch out for is once you deploy DSA, you may see low volume, and there's 9 times out of 10, the culprit is your bids are too low and your targets are too stringent. So you want to open up those targets and increase those bids. Give the campaign some runway. Give it some room to breathe and get you data so you know what is performing. And then you can dial it back a little. So I'm inviting you to reach out through your account teams to join the US and UK pilot now. Do that, take advantage of it. It runs on PC, tablet, owned and operated inventory on Bing and the Bing network. So super cool. Now, my colleague Stein is dropping a link right now. So if you need help or want to read a little bit more about it, aka.ms/DSA help, and there you go. All right, let's talk about expanded text ads. Now, expanded text ads has been out for a while, but we wanted to remind the advertisers that haven't taken advantage of it yet to actually start. It takes up way more real estate, it's better performing, it's mobile optimized. You don't want to miss out on it. And did you know that you can import from Google? Super easy, saves you time, it's not a headache. So again, Stein is dropping a link for you to learn how to do that. At this page, aka.ms/exta-help, EXTA help, on that page, it gives you a little overview, but at the very bottom, there's a link to FAQs. And in the FAQ, it'll teach you how to import from Google in the various ways using Bing Ads Editor as one way. Awesome. So my favorite part of the show, it's time for an interview with a Bing Ads Ninja. And if you didn't join us last week, a Bing Ads Ninja is someone who works for Microsoft at Bing Ads, who works super hard for our customers and is really good at what they do. So I want to invite Tiffany Sanders. Come on up.
Hi, MJ.
Hi.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
I'm super excited to be your ninja of the week.
Yes.
So thank you.
I love that. You definitely are a ninja.
Thank you.
Yeah. I met Tiffany about a year and a half ago. And tell us a little bit about API in case some of our customers are not using an API. Like, what is that?
Yeah, so the API is a programmatic way to interface with the Bing Ads UI. So if you're a large advertiser, a reseller, a third-party technology provider, and you're managing thousands of customers and campaigns, millions of keywords, then the API is the way to be able to scale that.
That's awesome.
And oh, sorry,
Yep.
if you're find that you're maxing out the Bing Ads UI or Bing Ads Editor by hitting the limits there, then you'll know that the API is kind of the way to go.
Awesome. Thanks for that.
Sure.
So every quarter you do something pretty magical with customers. It's evolved over time. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that, what our customers can actually take advantage of?
Right. So that's the API quarterly call. We, about 2 years ago, we started talking to customers kind of on a one-on-one basis about everything that's happening in the API roadmap. And we found that there's so much information that we really needed to share it with all of our API community.
Yep.
And at the time, you had started to do some webcasts for the Bing Ads UI.
Yep.
And I thought, what a great way to scale this information out. So we've been doing it ever since, and now our API community is always in the know of what's happening, you know, now or coming soon in pilots. So they are ready to prioritize their own roadmap.
One of the great things that you do is you take live questions too, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So we have PMs that are going to be product managers that are going to be there ready to take the questions live. So it's something that you really want to take advantage of.
Awesome. Now, you have your API quarterly call coming up in Europe, and that is on the 26th, 3 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. Stein's going to drop another link to those for want to register for the European time. And then also, we're doing it, it's Tiffany, it's not me. Tiffany is doing the US and Canada one on the 27th at 11 o'clock Pacific time. And again, Stein's going to drop that link for those that want to register and take advantage of that. One of the things that I really love is that you do 2 types of things on the agenda. The agenda was enormous. It's going to be packed full of awesome stuff.
Right.
But tell us a little bit about some of the new stuff you're going to go over. This is just a sample.
Yeah. So one of the things, and I heard you talking about this last week, is advertisers want more volume for the holidays. So we're going to talk about Bing Shopping and some great updates, some new retail experiences there to get more volume.
Awesome.
We have some new feed optimization things that we're going to share with everybody. We have intent ads, which we've been doing for a while in the US, but it's piloting in the UK. We're going to talk about that. Intent ads, there's some beautiful images that you can now see on MSN and Outlook, so it's a really great format.
Awesome.
We're going to be talking about hotel ads, which is something new. If you're in the travel industry, definitely want to take advantage of. And then county targeting, this is a widely requested feature on our user voice forum. So really excited to share more about how to get into that with the API.
Awesome. And then you also do updates on various current products. So give us a little window into some of the updates that you're going to talk about.
Yeah, so in-market audiences is something that we've actually talked about on some of our past API calls. And if you've missed those calls, you can watch them on YouTube. We have a Bing Ads API playlist on YouTube or on the Bing Ads site.
And you can go to bingads.com/webcasts, and right down on the bottom middle is where all of Tiffany's API quarterly call webcasts are.
Right, so in-market audiences, some of the new things that we're going to share about that is we have a ton of new segments that we're going to talk about, and we have some data. Everybody loves data.
Yes.
And we're going to talk about the pilot participants and what they saw in the pilot. They had really great results with in-market audiences, so we'll share that. We're going to talk about price extensions, labels, and then the sunset of API v9 and v10.
Awesome. Speaking of the sunset of v9 and v10 for API, we have a migration guide for you guys to take a look at for v11. And that migration guide will describe how to do the migration as it's described in the title. Stein's going to drop a link again to get to it. Now, I suggest, and I think you would agree, Tiffany, that it should be something that people should try to do now and get your questions formulated. I'm sure that you would want to take advantage of being able to ask live questions on the API call. So try it, read it, write down your questions, and take advantage of being able to ask the program managers directly what your questions are. So
exactly.
Awesome. So thank you so much, Tiffany.
Yeah,
I'll give you a hug.
Thank you, MJ.
Thank you for joining. And,
thank you.
And please join the API call next week.
Yep, I'll see you all next week. Thank
Awesome.
you.
Now, I wanted to mention that we have an in-depth overview webcast coming up as well. We talked about in-market audiences. We'll also talk about custom audiences, but it's really centered around the Bing Ads audience targeting options. So it's going to be awesome. We're going to have Shelby Gagnon, Product Marketing Manager, guest speaking, as well as a customer The company is Adobe, guest speaking on this webcast. Fantastic strategies and tactics, along with Christy Olson from Bing Ads. This week, I also wanted to give you the option to tune in right here on Facebook Live on September 20th at 11 o'clock Eastern Time. We have this amazing ability to share with you virtually Janes of Digital. Janes of Digital is this awesome event that was started at Bing Ads a couple years ago, and it's about gender equality, diversity, and inclusion topics. And Francis Donegan Ryan will be hosting it, so it's something you don't want to miss. It's going to be the first time we're holding it in Detroit, one of my favorite cities. And please join us so that you can take advantage of all the great topics. Next week, we're already at next week. What are we going to talk about next week and help you earn more money and save some time? We're going to talk about custom audiences, and we will have Shelby Gagnon guest speaking on Bing TV next week, and we'll be talking about some of those things, but we'll go way more in depth in that webcast. And then we'll also talk about the Bing Ads Partner Program. Right now, it's open enrollment period. It's not open enrollment period all year. There's only a short window of time that you can actually apply and get your agency part of the Bing Ads program, Bing Ads Partner Program. And you definitely want to take advantage because Bing wants to partner with you. There's so many benefits, and we'll go through all of those next week. So thanks so much for joining us this week. If you want to reach out and stay in touch with me, just go to Twitter. I'm at MJ DePalma. Thanks so much. See you next time.